Now, what's the difference between a primary home, a secondary home, and an investment? Now, what exactly is a primary home? A primary home is where you reside most of the year. Now, some of the advantages to a primary home are lower minimum down payment options, and you can actually homestead your property. Now, your homestead exemption actually gets you a discount on your property taxes. Now, as far as a homestead exemption goes, we can dive more into that on a different video. Now, for second homes and investments, we have to use conventional loans for those properties. Now, what qualifies as a second home? Now, according to the Fannie Mae Selling Guide, a second home must be occupied by the borrower for at least some portion of the year. And it's also restricted to one-unit dwellings. So that means no multi-unit properties. And it must be suitable for year-round occupancy. Now, the borrower must have exclusive control over the property. And this can't be a rental property or a timeshare agreement. And on top of that, a lot of lenders will require that it be at least 50 miles away from your primary residence. The reason for that is to make sure that it makes sense for it to be a second home. For example, let's say you live up north where it's super cold during the winter, and you want to escape that freezing weather to come down south for some warmer climates. So you would buy a second home down south for a portion of the year. That would make sense for a second home. Now, for investment properties, those ones you can use for rentals. Investment properties are for the purpose of making profit. So for investment homes, those can actually be multi-unit dwellings. Now, second homes and investments do pose a higher risk for default, so that typically causes an increase in your interest rate. On top of that, they require larger down payments as well. Now, as far as the minimum down payment required for those, you can actually look at one of my earlier videos where I go over the different down payments for different loan types. Now, there's so much more information we can go into over this topic, but if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at WeWriteMortgages.com.